Maxx, a deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. And now your host for the evening, here's Sandy Maxx.
Good evening. Welcome to this new show that we hope will warm you up a little bit, where you get to hear and experience culture and creativity here in Wisconsin and beyond. We call it What's on Tap. I am Sandy Maxx, and on the show tonight, I'm excited to have a special guest joining me in the studio to share Milwaukee's Irish cultural scene. He's a musical man who's grown up in this city, surrounded by Celtic family and the community. Irish Cultural and Heritage Center Marketing Director, Rory Modlinski. Rory, welcome.
Thanks, Sandy. How are you?
I'm very good. Rory Modlinski.
Yes. The Polish last name always confuses everyone. The all-German Polish guy from Hales Corners, Wisconsin, met and married the all-Irish girl from Tralee, County Kerry, Ireland, and that's how you get the Modlinski family.
And that's quite all right. You have been, but it is funny, like when you expect to hear, like, wait, Modlinski, it's a West Allis kind of name.
I once had someone think it was an Irish name, but they were from Nashville, so, whatever.
That's quite all right. So you have grown up here in the Milwaukee area, surrounded by Irish culture.
Yeah, it's 30 plus years of Irish culture in my life. Since the month after I was born, I was at Milwaukee Irish Fest and never looked back.
Really? How did you get to Irish Fest as a 1-month-old baby?
My parents. My mom was one of the original volunteers from Milwaukee Irish Fest, and when you have a 1-month-old, it just kind of goes with you.
Sure.
And I just never left.
I feel like that's one of the reasons that the Irish culture is thriving here, is because there's such a passion for it. There's such a heritage in it, but so many volunteers step up. I talked with Christina Paris of Celtic MKE last week about their monthly Ceilidh dances on Saturdays at Celtic MKE in Wauwatosa. And she was talking about volunteering for umpteen years and that she's kind of managing all of those volunteers. And you now spend a lot of time at the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center on Wisconsin Avenue, 21st in Wisconsin.
Correct. Yeah.
Many times driven by, but you're in a volunteer role there.
Correct. Yeah, I do volunteer for both organizations, but yeah, I do volunteer down at the Irish Culture and Heritage Center. It is a passion project of mine. I've seen so many bands there as a kid that it just became my home.
Well, it's a very special space. It's a historic landmark at 21st in Wisconsin that I think a lot of people sometimes drive by. It's right across the street from the Taco Bell, and you can miss it, but it's a beautiful church that has this beautiful performance space.
Correct. It's steeped in history. From 1897 is when it's built. 1919 sees Helen Keller there, and then 1957 sees the first appearance of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Milwaukee.
Truly historic.
Truly, yes. And then in the early 90s, the Irish take it over as much as we could.
Well, I would say, and keep it operating.
Keep it operating and keep it as close to a church as one can possibly do.
It's a beautiful space. You were lovely enough to let me peek inside and give me a personal tour last month. And from the top to the library there, that's just rich with all sorts of books, whether it's travel books or authentic authors from Ireland, to this beautiful church performance space with a huge pipe organ behind to set the tone, but with the balconies and the wood and the stained glass. Like, it really is an inspiring, unique, yet intimate space.
Correct.
To experience all sorts of activities.
It rivals the Ryman Auditorium down in Nashville.
Interesting
easily.
Comparison.
And you have the same effect with that in the Opry House, the Grand Ole Opry House down there as well. It has the pews. It has the church-like feel. We just have an organ as our backdrop, not a barn. And it really gives you that. It's one of the closest venues I've ever been to. Such a large-scale venue that you could be 3 feet away from the artist.
Before we talk about some of the performers who you have scheduled to come to the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center downtown, what are some of the other things that make this historic building so special and bringing people there?
Well, like you said, we do have our library, which is Coming back this spring for the first time since COVID, so you'll be able to check out books, and we'll be having some events around that. There's an open house that's going to be announced soon, and there's that. We also host the Shamrock Club of Wisconsin, so they have their monthly meetings. The Celtic Women of Wisconsin, the Ancient Order of Hibernians. We host a lot of just different cultural events. Like last Halloween, we had a ghost story reading as well.
What a great idea.
Yeah, actually.
And you've got the pub there with all the names and crests, which are fun to look at.
Yeah.
And you've got the ballroom upstairs
Yes.
with more flags and crests.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, we used to host Kaylee's up there before COVID as well. And we have a lot of history in there. Just you can come and explore what, Irish history is and things like that, and learn about your genealogy as well.
Big books.
Yeah.
Lots of big books to
Yeah.
trace here. Well, we're with Rory Modlinski, the marketing director for the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. We are going to find out some of the entertainment that you have hand-selected that you think are important performers to see and that you're bringing to Milwaukee. We'll talk about that and some of your tales from your travels to Ireland. That is all coming up on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
New year, new ride. Griffin brings you the ultimate New Year special. $179.95 for a complete car pampering, oil change, tire inspection and rotation, air filter and wiper blade replacement, multi-point inspection, battery check, and heat inspection. Drive into the new year with confidence, only at one of Griffin's 5 service departments. See Griffin for details and restrictions.
Sandy Maxx at WTMJ here, and you've already heard me talking about Milwaukee and Irish culture here. How about experiencing it in Ireland? What's on your 2024 travel bucket list? Come with me to Ireland, May 4th through the 12th, a beautiful springtime trip all around the country. Stroll through Galway, go to Killarney, Cork, and of course, we have to stop in Dublin. Landmarks like the Cliffs of Moher, enjoy the breeze up there, Blarney Castle, the Guinness Storehouse, and much more. And those are just the locations. Experience the friendliness of the Irish people and the unique culture. We've been talking about this for a bit, and there's only 2 more weeks to book. Don't miss out. And our personal travel expert, Steve Bertrand, makes the traveling easy. He takes care of every aspect of your travel arrangements. Get more information on this springtime trip to Ireland. I will send you the brochure. Just email me, Sandy at WTMJ.com. That's SANDY at WTMJ.com. Or call Steve Bertrand Travel, 847-606-6065.
Ring in the new year with the ultimate timeless gift, a diamond from Diamonds Direct. Whether you're ready to pop the question or celebrating a lifetime of love in 2024, Diamonds Direct can make this New Year's one to remember forever. Diamonds Direct is the area's destination for exquisite diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and our nationwide price guarantee ensures you'll get the best value, period. To showcase that spectacular diamond, we have literally thousands of designer settings from all the top names like Tacori, Verragio, Simon G, A. Jaffe, and many more. And our experts will guide you every step of the way with the education you want and the respect you deserve. Engagement rings, wedding bands, eternity bands, fashion rings. At Diamonds Direct, we specialize in the ultimate symbol of love, and we welcome the opportunity to celebrate with you. So start the new year with some new excitement, new hope, and some new bling. Diamonds Direct on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. Proud to call Milwaukee home. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Well, if that doesn't sound like Ireland, I don't know what is. Rory Modlinski, the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center Marketing Director, is my guest in the studio on What's on Tap today. And who are we listening to?
We're listening to the Drowsy Lads from actually Ohio, of all places. But they are one of the most quintessential Irish bands I've ever heard, and definitely out of the U.S. But they are one of the most authentic sounds you could get.
And they're coming to Milwaukee thanks to you.
Yeah, absolutely. February 17th, Saturday.
1 month before St. Patrick's Day. That's easy to remember.
Yeah, and it'll be a blast. They are a lot of fun. They're great guys, and there's never a tear in their audience. They're just a lot of fun. They'll take the Irish drum, the boron, and they'll have a dueling boron competition. So that's always fun. And
I would love that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of music that you think, is this called trad music? How do you categorize this?
This would be what I would call trad music right now. It's the instrumentals, the jigs, the reels, and stuff like that. And they do sing too. They do a lot of great Irish songs as well.
This is called The Wild Irishman is the name of this song. So I already like it. But this is going to be one of the more upbeat nights of music. February 17th, the Drowsy Lad. Not a actual... That's a misnomer there. They do not sound drowsy at all. They sound
not.
Quite peppy.
Yeah, exactly. It is a misnomer, trust me.
The Drowsy Lads at Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. Well, the way you say trust me, it sounds like you have personal relationships with many of the artists that you bring into town. Why do you say trust me, cheeky?
There is especially these guys, I got to hang out with them during Irish Fest a lot. And I went to their hotel room after Irish Fest so many times, so many nights in a row to hang out and have fun. I only get to see them a handful of time of the year, that 2 days later, I was still at the hotel, and I was still hitting the button for their floor, because I was so excited to go back and hang out with them. Because you never know what's going to happen. And they're great human beings. We text all the time, so they are just great guys.
Well, and again, reiterating that the community vibe of our Irish culture here in Milwaukee. And you mentioned that you volunteered for Irish Fest. You're obviously part of the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. How does that happen?
It's amazing. When you think Irish culture, I think New York, Boston, Chicago, or maybe even LA, which has a huge contingency out there. But people forget about Milwaukee or Ohio or Butte, Montana, who has a great connection. And Milwaukee is just... started with the Shamrock Club and the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which was starting in the mid-1800s, and the culture just erupted. Always Milwaukee's been predominantly German and Polish, but there's this like subculture of Irish people here as well.
I love all the heritage here, and I didn't realize the St. Patrick's Day Parade, I guess when I think back, the 140th was recently,
something
right?
Like that,
So just... it kind of blows my mind all the way back to the 1800s.
Exactly.
And we're talking about these volunteer organizations just keep coming back. It's that camaraderie, that welcome that we talk about that you experience in Ireland. It's in the DNA. It's in the genes.
Yeah, exactly. It's that Irish hospitality. Speaking of being over in Ireland, we were over in Ireland in 2001, and we walked into our cousin's house at 11 o'clock at night. My poor parents were toting around two 10-year-olds, around 10-year-olds, and they were like, we just need food and a bed for these kids. And they had a tea, they had scones, they had all this food, and that hospitality definitely translates over to Milwaukee as well. We're known not just the Irish Culture and Heritage Center, but around Milwaukee.
Well, the Irish Fest.
Yeah, Irish Fest.
The world's largest Irish festival.
Correct.
And I confess that I had finally gone in August of 2018. Even though living here many years, I had been to Polish Fest, big fan, been to Festa Italiana, still hadn't made it to Irish Fest. And I was going to Ireland in October of 2018. So I was like, okay, got to go in August of 2018. Yeah. I am a huge music fan. I was blown away. Like there were a dozen different stages of all styles of music.
Oh, exactly. And we've had major legends there like the Chieftains and Tommy Makem and Liam Clancy, and Gaelic Storm started there.
Yeah,
they basically came off the Titanic movie and went right into Milwaukee Irish Fest, and now they've become the legend that they've become. So same with We Banjo 3 as well.
I love it, and I love that you are helping continue to bring even more Irish music here. We'll find out about some of the other performers you have lined up in the next few weeks and few months at the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center, and I want more tales of your travels. Stay with me, Rory Modlinski of the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. Next on WTMJ.
Meet Alan, who was diagnosed with sleep apnea.
I was what they call a mouth breather, and I would breathe at night with my mouth open.
And for about 8 years, Alan struggled with a CPAP machine. And then
I saw the Advent commercial, and I thought, well, what do you got to lose? This machine is miserable.
For most people, CPAP machines are miserable, but a simple breathing triangle solution from Advent can be life-changing.
And it really was, to me, it was amazing because I don't think I ever breathed that clear.
This is Dr. Madan Kandula. After having one of Advent's simple breathing triangle procedures, people are amazed at how freely and clearly they can breathe.
I'm happy with the procedure. I'm very glad I did it. I wish I would have done it 20 years ago. I could have avoided that machine I had to have laying next to the bed with the hose wrapped around my head.
Schedule your appointment at AdventKnows.com because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Results may vary.
January, I know. Not the greatest always, right? WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you've got the January blues, brighten up your Monday and Tuesday with a free dinner at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club, voted the best supper club in the area. Enjoy any steak, seafood, pan-fried walleye, a fresh salad, the steak and lobster, anything on the menu. You got it. Your second dinner is always free. Desserts and those huge ice cream drinks are buy one, get one free. I think it's the best part of the meal. Sip on an old-fashioned. Check out the Manhattan, bourbon, 100 wines, ice-cold beer out of the tap. The Fox and Hounds in the heart of the Kettle Moraine Forest is truly a one-of-a-kind gem. The holiday decorations are still up with thousands of lights, the Christmas characters. It's a must-see, and those 7 wood-burning fireplaces keep you warm on a cold January night. Nice and cozy. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. The drive is beautiful. Enjoy your free dinner tonight. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
This is Brad Youngbluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. The Energy Star ratings for windows are getting a lot tougher to get the tax credits you're going to want to take advantage of. Fortunately, we still have options that will qualify you for those tax credits. Now, I can sit here and talk benefits of this product or what's great about that product. So can everybody else. But what a lot of operations can't do is with complete confidence stand behind the crew that's going to be on that next job. Talk is cheap, I get it, but our people are exceptional. How do I know? Because me and Vito handpick every single person that makes our team. Some make the cut, a lot don't. And that's why you can be confident that the windows we install for you will be top quality, installed right, and that you're going to get great service. And that's never failed us. So for your home's new windows, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Hey mama ya, mama hey mama yo, save me from hell for the roosters crow. Hey mama do, mama hey mama dee, just a dead man's letter from the potter's field. Hey mama ya, mama hey mama yo, save me from hell for the roosters crow. Hey mama do, mama hey mama dee, just a dead man's letter from the potter's field.
Rory, are you going to sing along to that?
Yeah, I figured you were going to ask me that.
Rory Motlitsky, marketing director from the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. With me, I'm Sandy Maxx on What's on Tap, and you are enjoying some Irish music because Scythian, the band you're hearing now, is one of many bands playing Irish music at the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center.
Yes, absolutely. They're coming in the day before St. Patrick's Day. We're going to throw a big party. So come on down for that. And then we have Dive out of Scotland the day before. And Scythian's a great example of how Irish people and Irish music have affected the world. Irish folks are one of the most welcomed people in the world, anywhere, and we also are everywhere. And we wouldn't have country music, we wouldn't have bluegrass without that Irish fiddle, and you wouldn't have jazz and tap without, that's where Irish dancing comes into play, comes into jazz. There's even an old legend about it's actually go jazz, which is like good. That's good, and that's how jazz got its name.
Really?
So yeah, that's what I've been told by an Irish language professor. So I'll go with it.
I know crack.
Yes.
I didn't know jazz though.
Yes, crack meaning good times. You can't. It's a really weird word spelt CRAIC. It's like good times. You're not what you would experience in a pub in Ireland, and you can't really explain it until you feel it. The smaller the pub, the better, in my opinion. So when you're in Ireland, find the smallest pub. You'll have the most fun. But Scythian plays more than just Irish music. From Creole music to bluegrass music to they also are Eastern European, so they'll play some Eastern European stuff as well.
And where are they from?
They are out of Virginia as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, they are.
But you say Creole. I hadn't really put that together, but you're right. This.
Yeah.
This is definitely there. And then you also think of like sing-along songs. This has the chanting and the very inclusive, which is just a great word to explain or describe Irish culture. It is very inclusive. Come on in.
Yep.
Even if you don't sing, or you could stomp and clap along.
Exactly.
Be part of this.
And, actually over in any space, even if you can't sing or you want to sing and you're not a professional musician, to say, hey, I want to sing. And, especially at parties, that's always a great one. You always have to have your party piece. And you always have to have one song you're always willing to sing, even if you're not a musician.
You are a musician. How many different instruments do you play?
4 or 5.
Yeah?
I don't really know how to. I can play a little here and there, so probably a little bit more than that. But guitar, banjo, mandolin has always been my favorite. So.
You brought your guitar in, and we've talked about the science of an instrument going from the Arctic cold into the warmth here. So we may or may not have you tune it up.
Yeah, we'll try to see that.
It's up to
here.
you. We'll see. Yeah,
but we'll see if we can get it working. This is a really cool guitar. I just got this in October in Galway, Ireland. I bought it over there.
Can you lift it up to show us everybody on the YouTube stream?
So it is a Brunswick. And I walked into town. I love Galway for the fact that you can walk anywhere basically. And walked into town one morning and bought the guitar, and literally they were open 9 minutes, and this guy probably looked at me like I was insane. That I would just walk in and be like, hi, I need a guitar, and then like walk out. I just wanted a small guitar to put in the car, and eventually I ended up using it. And it was nice to have a guitar just to keep a little, something around so I could play on as we went around the country.
Well, I think you may need to make a little mini concert for us after the WTMJ news. Are you game to tune it up and see what we can play?
I think we can do that.
I think you do. And maybe we should take some special requests. If you have a request for Rory Modlinski from the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center, go ahead. The WTMJ Talk and Text line is always open. Join the conversation, 855-616-1628. Mini concert from Rory and tales from your trips in Ireland. That's all coming up in the next half hour on What's on Tap. But right now, we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Wyatt Barmore-Pooley.
Thanks, Sandy. The frigid temperatures are affecting city services like trash collection, with the city of Milwaukee suspending garbage and recycling collections for the rest of today. No pickup today due to the dangerous cold. They're planning to have limited shifts for crews on Wednesday as the weather isn't going to get much warmer yet. Drop-off sites also closed and will reopen on Wednesday. The city saying they'll work on Saturday to catch up. Updates on 2 accidents earlier today. The driver of a diesel pickup truck uninjured after his truck caught fire. This happened on 41 southbound, just south of Beloit Road. The driver noticed his truck running bad, pulled over and got out just before the cab caught fire. At roughly the same time, another driver was distracted by his phone on 43 southbound, flipped his vehicle and hit another car. Both drivers suffering minor injuries. They've been released from the hospital, and the driver of the vehicle that flipped is expected to be cited for the crash. The city of Oak Creek is going to offer offer emergency dispatch services to South Milwaukee starting in 2025. They've already got a similar agreement with the city of St. Francis. Once the agreement goes into effect, residents in all 3 communities will see quicker responses to emergency cell phone calls and CPR instruction as well over the phone before emergency crews arrive. Taking a look at your roads, it is your Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. Looks like things are mostly looking good around the system. No major delays except what we've been seeing all day up at Good Hope Road on 43 southbound. Still major delays, 31 minutes, so a 20-minute delay, and those backup stretch almost up to the county line. If you can avoid it, if you're heading south to the city before, if you're coming down south past Good Hope Road, if you got any other ways to go, now would be the time for it. Time for the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Again, that wind chill advisory in effect until 9 tomorrow morning for all of southeast Wisconsin. Tonight, mainly clear skies, very cold, a low of -3. Wind chill could get down to -25. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, still cold, a slight chance of some light snow in the south at night, a high of 15. Thursday, mostly cloudy and still cold. Chance of some light snow in the south late again, high of 16. Friday, mostly cloudy, still cold. Slight chance of some lake effect snow with a high of 13. And on Saturday, mostly sunny, still cold, a high of 15. Right now, In downtown Milwaukee, it's 2 degrees. I'm Wyatt Barmore Pooley, citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:32.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Chris and Tim closed their first loan with Accunet $116,000 ago in terms of the median sales price in southeastern Wisconsin. We helped their daughter buy a home earlier this year, and now we're helping them buy their retirement condo. We're told there were 3 offers, 2 cash offers, and Chris and Tim's offer backed up by an Accunet rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval. All 3 offers were probably over the asking price, but we're surmising Chris and Tim's offer was the highest because when the sellers asked the listing broker if they could count on the offer with the pre-approval letter, the answer was simply, Accunet really does their homework. It's not easy to beat a cash offer over the asking price, but that's exactly what Tim and Chris did with some help from their trusted family mortgage lender. If you don't think the lender's name on your pre-approval letter matters, think again. It's still a seller's market in the Badger State, so click on the blue button at Accunet.com today to get started with your rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval. That's ACCUNET.com.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Maxx, and are your parents or loved one at a stage where it's just getting difficult to maintain their home, especially in weather like this with winter snow and ice and all the work it takes to keep everything working? Well, maybe 2024 is the perfect year to donate those shovels and salt buckets and let the kind folks at 3 Pillars handle it all. Scenic Lake Country is where they are located. 3 Pillars is the state's top-rated senior living community. What a safe, serene setting for your loved ones, and they offer a full continuum of care, so they're covered every step of the way. Make an appointment to tour 3 Pillars today. Go to 3pillars.org.
Spectrum Business is made to work like your small business. Made to do it all with fast, ultra-reliable internet, phone, and mobile services. And made to work with a small business budget. Get 600 megabit per second business internet for just $49.99 a month for 1 year with select bundles. Plus, get an unlimited mobile line for free. Visit spectrum.com/work to lock in this deal now. Learn more at spectrum.com/work. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Oh, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside.
One of the most iconic Irish songs that you can think of. It's Oh Danny Boy, and this version is sung by musicians who will be in Milwaukee. Rory Modlinski, the marketing director of the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center, is in the studio with me, and you're bringing them to town.
Yes, March 10th, and we're super excited. It's their 25th anniversary. I literally just found that out hours before I walked into the studio tonight, so we're super excited to be hosting.
You have to throw a special party, special occasion, some silver decorations.
Oh, yes, exactly. We'll figure out something for them.
But one of the reasons you love bringing Irish music to Milwaukee is because you are a musician yourself.
Correct. It's really hard to grow up at Milwaukee Irish Fest, at the world's largest Irish Fest, and have an uncle who plays music and not get introduced to musicians, top musicians, legendary musicians who have worked out, mentored Bob Dylan and Barbra Streisand, and not pick up some form of an instrument and walk away.
You have a special instrument. You were telling us a little bit about how you acquired it. How did you acquire this?
So I was in Galway, Ireland in October, and I woke up one morning and I went, okay, I'm going to go into town and buy the guitar that I want to buy, because I didn't want to deal with taking a guitar over and deal with it getting broken, lost, or anything. And I bought this little travel guitar, and I walked back, and on the way back, I got completely lost for about 2 hours. It was awesome. I had the most fun and listening to the Merry Wallopers out of Galway on my phone all the way back. And it was great. Ireland is great. You definitely do need a raincoat. For like that morning, there's a picture of me not drenched, but it was definitely raining.
That's okay. It didn't dampen your fun. No. So I'm looking forward to going in springtime with a group of WTMJ listeners. But would you mind playing some music on this authentic Galway guitar?
Yeah. So we're gonna try to at least keep this thing in tune here. And I was thinking about Steve Martin a lot lately.
The comedian and banjo player.
Yeah, exactly. He's a huge Irish music fan, and on one of his albums, he talks about this song in the liner notes. So it was made famous by the Clancy brothers and Tommy Makem, but it was kind of written by Sarah Makem to the tune of Loch Lomond, which is a Scottish tune. So, like I said, we'll try to get this guitar in tune. Come over the hills, my bonny Irish lass. Come over the hills to my darling. You choose the road, love, and I'll make a vow that I'll be your true love forever. And red is the rose that in yonder garden grows, and fair is the lily of the valley. Clear is the water that flows from the Boyne, but my love is fairer than any.
Rory Modlinski from the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center, marketing director and musician, playing his Galway guitar.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that one. It's a nice little guitar, and that song was taught to me by the legendary folk singer Tommy Makem, the godfather of Irish music, while I was standing in Ireland. So,
wow.
Apologize for the chord playing.
No, we all know it's Arctic weather, the cold fingers, and with the heat and the humidity and tuning. No. It's just music brings people together. It's lovely.
Absolutely.
It's a wonderful sound. Who are some of the other musicians you have coming to the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center?
So we have coming up at the end of January, we have Emma Langford, and actually about a week, January 27th. And then on February 10th, we have Reverie Road. Again, on February 17th, we have Drowsy Lads.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Lunasa on March 2nd, Aoife Scott on the 3rd. Great trio of great musicians, Kevin Burke, Nuala Kennedy, and Eamon O'Leary on the 6th. Celtic Tenors again on the 10th. Dive out of Scotland on the 15th. Scythian on the 16th. And we're going to do a little bit of Jump Blues Band on the 30th. From out of St. Louis, Sweetie and the Toothaches. That's going to be a great fun. It's going to, like, brass section and everything. That'll be great in that venue. And then Alistair Fraser and Natalie Haas, the great duo of them. And then legendary folk singer, Americana writer, really, Daryl Scott on April 19th.
All on that stage in that fantastic historic church at 21st and Wisconsin, the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. If any of those shows sound good to grab a friend and attend, it's ICHC.net.
Correct.
And I want more of your travel tales from
absolutely.
Ireland. Rory Modlinski, Rory Modlinski, Irish Cultural and Heritage Center Marketing Director. More on What's on Tap next on WTMJ.
In this seller's market, even homeowners are trying to sell their own home. But more times than not, it doesn't work out like they'd hoped. And while homes like theirs are selling, and selling fast for over asking prices, their homes aren't. So what's your next best strategy? Well, if you're looking to relieve yourself of the stress of selling your own home and still get top dollar while getting the full service benefits that an experienced realtor can give you, then look no further. I'm Angela Calais with Benefit Realty, where 3.5 to 3.9% commission assures that you pay less for full service. Only 11% of those trying to sell their own homes actually succeed. And of those that do sell their own home, they sell on average for 26% less than agented properties. This often negates the savings they were hoping to get by doing it on their own. So why do it on your own when you have an experienced realtor that will give you full service at only 3.5 to 3.9% commission? Don't let your home sit while others are selling faster and at potentially better than asking prices. Call Benefit Realty for a highly experienced agent, and you'll pay less for full service.
Hey, Wisconsin, Greg Matzik here for Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac, where the New Year's sales event is on. Make Holiday your destination to explore all that's new, shop an impressive selection, get in on enticing offers, and get more Mazda for your money and more for your trade. Right now, well-qualified buyers can lock in rates as low as 0% for up to 5 years and drive inspired in a raved-about new Mazda CX-30, CX-5, or CX-50 with standard I-Active all-wheel drive. Connect with Holiday and navigate Navigate today's car market with confidence. Relax and enjoy their transparent, simplified buying approach and genuine guest care. It's the stuff that delights and makes fans of drivers from all over, and I'm one of them. You'll be in great hands with Wisconsin's #1 Mazda dealer, top-selling Mazda certified pre-owned dealer, and the Badger State's only recipient of the prestigious Mazda President's Club Award on your side. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday Mazda in Fond du Lac and at holidaymazda.com. It's worth the trip.
A jewelry store can be a pretty scary place. It's full of diamonds and gold, and sometimes the salespeople can make you feel like you really don't belong.
Who wants to feel like that? Buying a diamond should be one of the happiest and most exciting moments of your life, and we promise to make it that way for you. Cross my heart. No matter your age, how you're dressed, or how much money you have, you're going to have a magical experience when you come to Kessler's.
You're going to see the largest selection of diamond engagement rings in one place at one time than you've ever seen in your life.
Looking at rings is a wonderful way to spend time together. And when you find the ring you know is the one, but cash might be a little tight, we've got fantastic financing available and we'll work hard to get you approved.
We're on your side. Kessler's is always on your side. We're 8 stores strong with 6 locations in Wisconsin and 2 in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We'd be thrilled to have you stop in and see what we're all about.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Spotlighting Irish culture in Milwaukee this hour. It's been a lot of fun so far, and we're not finished. I welcome into the WTMJ studio Rory Modlinski. He is the marketing director at the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center. I am Sandy Maxx, and this is another band that you're bringing to the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center.
Yes, this is Reverie Road, and it's comprised of legendary musicians like John Williams, not the composer. He's a accordion, or I was going to say box player. That would be what I would call an accordion in Irish music. And Wyn Horan, and they both founded the legendary band Solas. And then Katie Grandin also was with Gaelic Storm for a while.
How
and
wonderful.
Ustaf is great too.
And they are going to be performing at the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center February 10th.
Correct.
Reverie Road.
And this is off their new album.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is.
So you were talking about travels in Ireland. Any other special memories other than your musical stroll in Galway where you bought a Galway guitar? Any other really memorable moments?
Trying to put 4 people, grown adults, into a small SUV with like 14 days worth of luggage was amazing. It was definitely a family bonding trip of that sort. And my poor father and sister got smacked around with luggages in the back seat. And but honestly, my mom's from County Kerry, so we drove around the Ring of Kerry, which is a series of mountains around the county, and we just had a great time. You know, there was really no, the countryside is amazing. It is just taking a drive around is great, and I'm so excited for your listeners to go out and see everything coming up in May there, and just seeing the countryside over there is just amazing. And really, if you go out to Platteville or Galena, that kind of area of the States, that's a lot like it as well. There's a lot of the farmlands out there. That's why a lot of people settled in Butte, Montana. It's just like home.
Reminiscent.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, Chloe Agnew, one of the original Celtic Woman band members and the youngest, you brought her to town in December for a Christmas show.
Yes, actually, it was the Wednesday before Christmas, and we were so excited to have like a final hurrah before the holidays. And she was a delight. She was just an absolute delight.
She was, because I got a chance to ask her about her travel tips.
Yes.
If someone was going to Ireland, which, by the way, I'm very excited. I'm bringing a group of WTMJ fans to Ireland in May. If somebody was... Yay! I know!
So I can't wait.
What are some... Because you grew up in Dublin, what are just maybe 3 tips for anyone going to Ireland?
Well, the first thing is bring a rain jacket because you have no idea. The weather in Ireland could change at any moment. So particularly at that time of the year, we're coming into nicer weather, but it can be unpredictable with May showers. So that's my first tip, is to bring a decent rain jacket with you and good walking shoes. You know, any of the cities or the little towns that you go to, there's so much to enjoy by just walking and enjoying yourself. Some of my favourite things to do, particularly in Dublin, the Guinness Storehouse has just been voted as the #1 tourist attraction in the world, which is incredible. So it's the home of where Guinness is made, and it's quite an incredible tour, and it's just such a beautiful place to see. And Grafton Street, the main street in Dublin, is one of my favourite streets to walk down. We're one of the few cities that you can legally busk in, so you hear the most incredible talents and voices and musicians on the street all busking and singing on any given day and hour or night. It's always fun to hear. And some of the most amazing singer-songwriters, the likes of Glenn Hansard, Dermot Kennedy, all got their start performing as buskers on Grafton Street. So that's always a real highlight for me. And then obviously if you get to the west of the country, the Cliffs of Moher have to be seen to be believed. They're just so stunning. They really are. And I always make a point of trying to sort out a little pub for yourself that you can find. That, you know, you go in and you'll soak up all of the real Irish traditional atmosphere of the locals in with tourists and pub. You know, there's some great pubs dotted around Ireland that you can hear live music in. There's one in Dublin called the Cobblestone, which has live traditional Irish music 7 nights a week. And they're some of the best traditional Irish musicians you'll hear. So you can go in and enjoy a nice drink in there in the warmth with some traditional Irish musicians. And there's lots to do. I always encourage people as well to talk to the locals in Ireland, because we love visitors coming. It's what our country thrives on, and we were very proud to show off our country to people. So you'll have a ball. I'm so looking forward to hearing all about your travels. You'll have a great time.
Her energy. That is Chloe Agnew, Celtic woman and just a lovely Irish singer. Just her energy when I just mentioned that I was going to go. She's super psyched for us.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think she was talking about it that night too, and she is a lot of energy. She is a lot of fun, and her tips are great. I mean, Cliffs of Moher are amazing. I was just there in October. You know.
Lovely.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad you can vouch for it as an Irishman yourself. Well, you're going to hear authentic Irish music by a lady from Limerick who will be in Milwaukee in about 2 weeks. It's the song you need to hear next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Here's a penny for your thoughts. There's about 11,000 tire-related crashes every year.
Mostly due to driving around on underinflated, beat-up, worn-out tires with low tread.
A couple of clicks at richlawns.com will get you scheduled for a free tire tread test.
But if you're pressed for time, there's an old trick we use in the tire industry that'll tell you if you need tires.
And that's free too.
My dad showed me, who learned it from his dad, who learned it from someone else way back in 1964.
Ah, yes. The old penny test.
Yep, just place a penny head first.
As in upside down.
Into the groove of your tire. Now, if you can see the top of Lincoln's head, you're due for tires.
And hey, if the free penny test frazzles you, book an appointment at richlawns.com.
If your tires are good,
no harm, no foul, because it won't cost you a penny. Be safe, buckle up, and hang. Always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. I'm Brett Matchke with Rich Lawns. You're
due for service.
Such a refreshing change. Rich Lawns.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Maxx from WTMJ. You've heard us gushing about Ireland. If you have never been, go ahead, put it on your 2024 travel bucket list. It is one of those types of trips you will never forget. I don't know anybody who's ever come back from Ireland and went, it was okay.
Me either.
Yeah, it's always very welcoming. So let's create those lasting memories together in one of the most welcoming countries in the world. Come along with me to Ireland. May 4th through May 12th, we'll travel to Galway, Killarney, Cork, and Dublin. Landmarks like the Cliffs of Moher, Blarney Castle, the Guinness Storehouse, and so much more. Kathy, with 2 E's, she traveled with me to England in October. She's coming along. You can come along, travel solo or as a pair. Galway, a sister city of Milwaukee. You can travel with your sister, with your sibling, with your cousin. Make memories to last a lifetime and experience the friendliness of the Irish people there in Ireland. Our personal travel expert, Steve Bertrand, is going to make traveling easy. He takes care of every aspect of our travel arrangements. Get the info. I'll email it to you. Sandy@WTMJ.com. Email me, SANDY@WTMJ.com. Let's travel together. You can also call 847-606-6065.
Hey, it's Christmas in January at the Mine Shaft Restaurant in Hartford. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the fun at the Mine Shaft. It's been the area's most affordable, family-friendly restaurant for over 46 years, and is still decked out with thousands of holiday lights and Christmas characters. It will lift your spirits. Your kids are going to love it. Big breakfast start at just $7.99. And Mondays are Family Pizza Day. Enjoy a huge 18-inch pizza for just $14.99. Easily feeds a family of 4. Tuesday, check this out. The Mexican buffet is all you can eat under $10. Desserts are always buy one, get one free, and I love that. Your kids and grandkids can safely play in that world-class game room, quietly tucked away from the dining area while you finish up your meal, maybe have an after-dinner drink. Experience the Wisconsin Mine Shaft. It's the amazing Mine Shaft restaurant and the Tuesday all-you-can-eat Mexican buffet under $10. No reservations needed, just walk on in. It's Christmas in January at the super affordable Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh.
And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Hi, I'm Rory Modlinski from the Irish Culture and Heritage Center, and you're about to hear Emma Langford's The Winding Way Down to Kells Bay. She's coming to Milwaukee January 27th. Give a listen.
Stretches out before your feet on the winding way down to Kells Bay, and the golden sunsets like no other, they say, on the winding way down to Kells Bay, where sorrows met with smiling eyes and a great black cloak brushed with stars for a sky, and the old trees leaning there to whisper a tale on the winding way down to Kells Bay. There's a song in the heart of the people you meet on the winding way down to Kells Bay. Yes, a joke to be shared and a drink to be drank on the winding way down to Kells Bay, and the green Kerry hills overlooking the sea, and the fuchsias are blooming so brightly and sweet, and the ocean could carry our worries away on the winding way down to Kells Bay. On the winding way down, oh, the winding way down, on the winding way down to Kells Bay. Yes, the ocean could carry our worries away on the winding way down to Kells Bay. On the winding way down to Kells Bay, down a Stockla the story in August Lake the Ski, on the winding way down to Kells Bay. And when the bell rings, then we'll all head away on the winding way down to Kells Bay, where the ocean could carry our worries away on the winding way down to Kells Bay. And we'll stop for the chat and the old cobble tale on the winding way down to Kells Bay, and the golden sunsets like no other, they say, on the winding way down to Kells Bay. And the ocean could carry our worries away on the winding way down
That is Emma Langford and a song, The Winding Way Down to Kells Bay, on What's on Tap. And Rory Mudlinski of the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center, you've been my guest, and you chose that song for a special reason, a couple of special reasons.
Yeah, Kells Bay is actually in County Kerry, where my mom's from, but it really gives me the feel of really traveling around Ireland and the countryside, and just, I feel back there and feel like I'm lost somewhere in the wilderness of it, and I can go down to the beach, and Emma's a good friend, and super excited to see her next week.
She will be performing at the Irish Cultural and Heritage Center, Milwaukee, 21st in Wisconsin. January 27th is the date of that show. And I'm telling you, if you haven't been in this beautiful historic building, a historic church where Martin Luther King Jr. has been, Helen Keller has been, it's just full of history and now also full of so much Irish culture.
Absolutely. The history continues on, and especially with Irish music. And so check out our website, ICHC.net. We have 12 concerts left in our season this year. So you have 12 opportunities to come down. And if you want to, ask for Rory, and I'll give you a tour. How about that?
That would be wonderful. Rory Mudlinski, thank you so much. And thanks for your enthusiasm and travel tips for our upcoming trip to Ireland with WTMJ listeners. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Sandy.
And you can catch up on any of the past episodes of What's on Tap on the podcast at WTMJ.com. WTMJ News is next.
Your nose is for breathing. Your mouth is for eating. And if you're breathing through your mouth, it's not because your body wants to. It's because it has to, because your nose isn't working properly. And although you